Well, update for today. Today is day -4. We were wrong in the other video from yesterday. Can't keep track of minus days. Like, can we just talk dates? But no. We got to work towards like T-day, TIL day. I don't know. Doing better today. I did not have, the same cramping, abdominal pain that I had yesterday. Got actually a good night's sleep last night. I mean, that was my first real night where I didn't have to, now that I'm on the second chemo drug, I don't have to worry about peeing every 2 hours, so I don't have to be woken up every 2 hours at night. And no diuretics because I'm not retaining fluid. So actually, my first good night of sleep since I've gotten here made a big difference. But yeah, for today, got through another dose of chemo, so that's 2 of 5 down. And no nausea. Doing well, actually. Feeling pretty good. Since it's Sunday, it's skeleton crew on staffing, so it took a long time for the... Oh, my buddy's singing. Took a long time for the team to come around, but I did advocate if we're only doing 1 chemo a day and I don't need constant fluids or anything like that, can we unhook from my screaming buddy over here? Which would mean I get to take a shower. I have to bathe every day, regardless. But it's either I take a shower or I use chlorhexidine wipes that I have to wipe everything from my neck down. And you have a set number of wipes that you have to use a certain kind of way, but you're not washing any of this. So I feel kind of scuzzy up here right now. And I feel like this first shower would be heavenly. Getting some irritation in my beard as it's growing out, so that was extra ammunition to convince the team that, hey, let's move over to getting off this line so I can shower. And I even bought a nifty waterproof sleeve to cover up my PICC line so that I can shower, because that definitely cannot get wet. Last time I think I was using saran wrap or weird sticky dressings that didn't quite work. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. Feeling a little bit more human. But other than that, I've got to spend a nice morning with my wife and her mom. Just got to relax and enjoy time together. Something I didn't realize was going to be a little hard to figure out was just coordinating people coming by to visit. And I'm only allowed 2 people in the room at the time, and no kids are allowed in the rooms. So, like I said last night, that was a little difficult. But today, yeah, just trying to coordinate, hope my friends are understanding. And yeah, the old adage, those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. But yeah, and then waiting, not knowing when my team's going to come around, and not wanting a whole bunch of guests over while my team comes through. Just wanting to be able to be present. So, but overall, it's a good day. We're only 3 more doses of chemo to get through until we get to cells, and we're a day closer. This just kind of feels awkward. I really don't like the name of this. Vibe Health. How can I help you? Hey, just wanted to let you know I'm beeping. Thank you.
Anyway, you were saying...
Yeah, Vibe Health. Yikes.
Yes, so it is March 15th. 3 more chemos left after today. 3 more chemos left? 3 more chemos left after today. Yeah, Leah's remarkably better today than he was yesterday. We have not really had any issues in terms of the way he's feeling. The water retention issue seems to be solved. The stomach cramping or abdominal muscle cramping, foot cramping is gone. And really the only like sticking point we were having is once he got off all of his other like axillary medications that he was on during that rough chemo the first 2 days, he's just down to 1 chemo infusion every day. He wanted to be freed from his IV pole, to be able to walk around more safely. That thing is a tripping hazard. But like just nobody seemed to want to make that decision. Everyone wanted to defer to someone else. So really, we just kept getting bounced around from person to person, giving us wishy-washy answers. And then the person who's supposed to make that decision isn't here today. But there's no one actually physically present who is capable of making that decision. So Lee was able to get disconnected. I'm not going to say who did it. But all things considered, things are going well. Oh, I didn't know you were listening to me. Am I saying things correctly?
The risk is minimal.
Yeah.
If you're using proper technique,
Minimal.
the risk is
To you.
incredibly small. To me.
Lee knows this. Our friends who are nurses know this. I understand the reason for policy and procedure and extreme safety precautions, but I also think that each patient's individual circumstance needs to be considered. I think that makes sense for a patient who is getting multiple drugs fed through the IV all day long. Lee is currently getting 1 drug once a day. So, yeah. We do have some friends coming to visit today, which is nice. My mom was here earlier. It can be kind of chaotic organizing visitors, just because you don't know exactly how the schedule for the day is going to shake out, and you don't want like your visitors hanging out in here when the doctors are rounding. Like that's a little bit weird. But it's just really hard to know. I feel like the weekends, everything runs super, super slow, which is understandable. But rounds have happened hours later than they do during the week. So we'll see how things go again tomorrow, which is Monday. Lee gets his cells on Thursday. So we've got a pretty exciting week ahead. Yeah, I just want to get to that cell infusion. In other exciting news, I wanted to give someone some ideas. So you cannot have live plants or flowers in your room because of risk of infection and all kinds of things, pollination from the flowers. So I have been making crochet plants of all sorts. I didn't do all of this in here. I did start quite a bit before the hospital, but I made this like little wisteria garland when I was in here. And everyone who comes in really likes it. I think it's pretty cool. And then we've got the the chicken. What is he? He's not. Is he duck? He is a duck.
He's a duck.
Or a chicken. Okay.
No, he's something.
His name is Crispy. We have officially crowdsourced his name, and Lee thought Crispy was the best one. So.
Just because it's funny.
It is funny. Crispy Duck. Maybe we should make his name Chris with a capital C and then P is his middle initial.
Yeah.
Crispy Duck.
Crispy Duck. Yeah.
So we can put him in the microwave, but because of Lee's immune system, I don't think it's the best idea to put him in the visitor microwave and see what happens.
Because it can be microwaved to be a warming thing that has lavender in it, so it's all warming, comforting, weighted, smells good.
Yes, he does smell very good, like lavender. At least he doesn't smell like barbecue sauce.
It's not just, oh, we can pop it in.
But I'm working on some other little plant life here that I hope to have ready soon. Still no idea if we're going to be in this room the whole time or change back to the 14th floor. Fingers crossed for the 14th floor though, because they have the really good cafeteria or the cafe the Block Cafe up on 14. They've got like flatbreads and salads with actual like good ingredients. I did go down to the cafeteria for lunch today and they had beef barbacoa, which the beef was good. All of the toppings were not as good, but what can you do? Important thing about the like the main cafeteria, on weekends they don't have all of the options there, like the wraps and the subs and like the hoagie sandwiches. They didn't have that open today, and they didn't have it open yesterday either. So it is a lot more limited on the weekends what you can get. But they still have like pizza, chicken sandwiches, veggie burger, that type of thing. And then they have like a hot food line. So whatever they have there is what they have. Now that Lee has been in the hospital for 5 days, I feel like I'm getting more of an idea of what types of items we really wanted to have with us this time. Because I could not remember what he needed / wanted last time. But always having some type of dry snack available is good. Like something salty, something sweet. Having electrolyte packets, like Liquid IV, Element, that type of thing, really helpful because he's drinking out of like water bottles and he can just like put it right in there. Personal hygiene items, like things he wouldn't use a whole lot at home but really do help here, is like intensive face moisturizer, because the air is different, like your hygiene patterns aren't the same. His own pillow, his own blanket have been massively helpful. And we also purchased his own N95 masks. The ones that the hospital issues are just the insanely uncomfortable ones, which like I get that they work, but they're more like the ones you'd wear for like construction projects. But for like comfortable everyday wearing, like when he's walking the hall and stuff, having those masks from home did help. Something that I feel like would be really, really nice to have, just not so logistically feasible to have, is like a really nice ambient floor lamp. I keep talking about this as like an idea. They could have a lamp room at the hospital where they loan out like different lamps, and people staying here for a long time would have a more comfortable environment. But like every night when I'm here and it starts getting dark, I'm like, the lighting in here is just not what you want. It's either too dark or too bright with everything on. It doesn't feel cozy. So that's just something I think would make the experience better. It would just be a really long haul from the car to the room. Those are the only things I can think of right now. And I'm sure I've mentioned these at some point, but I'm just going to like record my thoughts as I find more things that we're finding useful. I think that bringing the blanket for the couch was definitely a good thing, because people that come and visit us, it feels more homey. We've got a pillow over there. Just like creating like a colorful environment, I think really does help. It changed the room entirely. So really glad that we did that.
Well, tomorrow morning for breakfast, they are claiming the chef special is a Belgian waffle, which you could also get with blueberry sauce, lemon ricotta,
Oh, wow.
chicken sausage links.
That actually sounds halfway decent for
Does
breakfast.
actually kind of sound good. I think I'm going to give it a shot. But you only get, like, they limit your entree to like 2.5. Mm-hmm. So you could get one serving of 2 sausage links, and I assume that's 1 Belgian waffle. So maybe 2, and then a side of the sausage links. That'd be breakfast.
And what are the 2 different types of Belgian waffles?
Liège and I forget the other.
I forget the other one too. That's why I was asking you. These 2 waffles couldn't be more different.
Inside joke that no one will understand.
No. So Lee and I did a lot of traveling in Europe when he was stationed there for the army, and we went to Belgium. And of course they do like the Belgian waffle thing. And we were at like a street vendor, and we were sitting there on a bench. We were eating French fries. or Belgian fries, I'm sorry. We're sitting on a bench. These two girls who were clearly trying to be like vlogging influencers or something. They were recording like a video for something. And they had like two waffles. This girl was holding a waffle in each hand, one of each kind. And she said, these two waffles couldn't be more different. And then she'd be like, no, I have to do that again. These two waffles couldn't be more different. And she said it like 50 times. So we sat there the whole time we were eating our fries, just listening to her say these two waffles couldn't be more different over and over. So every time there's a situation with more than one waffle, guess what I say? Mm-hmm. But isn't that like us though? We're two waffles that couldn't be more different.
You have no idea.
So today is kind of coming to a close. It's after 5. We had a nice visit. Lee had a nice visit with a couple of our friends. We can only have 2 people in the room at a time, plus Lee. So I just wandered off and did some more crochet. Yeah, Lee's feeling pretty mobile, pretty good. Walking without the IV pole tethered to him and knocking into his ankles every second.
Loving that.
But today was pretty boring and uneventful. So we don't have like a ton to say. We're just trying to like chill and like enjoy the quiet because you never know what tomorrow's going to be.
Yeah. Got a lot of other, topics and thoughts to share, lessons learned from before, but just kind of feeling a little energy down at this point of the day. So yeah, I don't think you'd want to listen to me say, or meh, like 1,000 times.
Yeah, we'll wait.
We can't even edit that out.
We'll wait until the next time he's feeling more chipper. Your hair looks really good. Turn from that angle again. Show the back of your hair. Lee has a really interesting hair pattern. It just randomly started. Okay, you're good. Yeah. He randomly lost a lot of it with the last course of Ip and Evo he did. And it just went out patchy. And then when it came back in, it was all white where he had lost it. He did have white spots before where all his moles kind of just did the vitiligo thing. But yeah, this is a very weird hair pattern. Our friend Rowan, who is 5, he says, why is some of your hair young and some of your hair old? I might have said that in another video, but it just makes me laugh. But
my PCA today, the nurse assistant, or patient care associate, get the right term here.
Right.
Actually thought, and once we were talking about my hair, actually thought that I paid for my hair to look like this. And I guess, in a way, I have. But not in the way that he thought. But he thought all of this was intentional. And I'm honestly the most curious. I know I'm going to lose my hair again as a result of the chemo. I'm honestly just the most curious what color it'll come back. If it'll come back white or if my natural hair color, dirty blonde, will start to work its way back in.
Lee, I don't know. I don't think it can go back from white. I mean,
if it stays this color, I'm fine with it. It looks cool. I've learned to embrace it.
It's distinctive. It's a mystery.
It was certainly jarring when I first got it.
And the texture is different too. It's like really not brittle, but like it has a lot more texture than his natural hair did. So it's more fluffy and it kind of does this little poofy thing.
It honestly kind of feels like the filling that you put in your crochet.
Oh, it's like polyfill. It is like polyfill.
But I get to take a shower tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll actually have fresh hair when you see me tomorrow. It's
yeah,
gonna be
there
great.
We go. So that's really all we have. We're gonna chill the rest of the night and check in tomorrow.